Welcome back, you guys. I'm sitting here with some Palo Santo. This is how we're starting. It's going to be Palo Santo sage, some sort of incense to set the mood, set the vibe. If you have some around you, go ahead and light it up. We are back, baby. This has been a long awaited journey back to this second season of the podcast, which is now completely transformed, completely alchemized into something different. Previous to this, my podcast was called Journey to Alignment. And now here we are in the frequency of me. And I wanted to just share with you about how that name came about and how the journey of arriving here in this divine timing, as it always is, into this space together right now. So, really talking about Journey to Alignment, I was going through a rebrand for the second season of Journey to Alignment, and a lot of things were happening in my personal life, which ended me up in the hospital with a heart condition, which is so crazy. I'll talk all about that in another episode. But from that moment, and that was a year ago, it was a year ago last July, everything in my life has completely changed. My business went through a complete restructuring. I have a brick and mortar that I'm the co-founder of for sound healing called the Portal AZ. I'm engaged. I moved from my condo into a house. Like literally every aspect of my life has completely changed. So talk about a journey. And I am in more alignment in my life than I've ever been before. And so we find ourselves here together because a lot has changed and the timing just worked out that I was ready to get the podcast up and running again. A lot of you have been asking where it's at. They want to hear deeper parts of certain topics that I touch on in my Instagram stories or on TikTok or wherever you find me. And so it was time and I'm ready. And here we are. So, how did we come to the frequency of me as the new podcast title? Well, I was sitting with my mentor and my personal coach, Chris Harder, and we were talking about a lot of restructuring for my business, my Sound Vault membership, which is my online sound healing platform, and the podcast, of course. And not that Journey to Alignment wasn't it, because it really was, and it still resonates so deeply to me and a personal part of that aspect of my life. But everything about what I talk about now, it just has a different resonance to it, a different frequency, if you will. And so we're talking about niching down and feeling like it was more specific to what I'm wanting to talk about on the podcast, which is spiritual aspects, spiritual commentary. I'll be doing channeled messages here. We'll do long form, short form, everything in between. And really it was about the vibration that I wanted you to feel when you listen to this. And so the frequency of me came up and I was in my car with Quinn, my son, and I was like, "Do you like this? Do you like that?" We were coming up with a couple different names and we both really love the frequency of me. So when you're listening, you're going to be hearing literally my frequency, Sam Harper's frequency, my voice, my resonance, my vibrational signature. And also, some of these things that are going to come through for a channel message, for instance, is really going to be the frequency of you, which, as the listener, that's the frequency of me. So you'll be connecting to me, Sam Harper, as your host, and connecting in so deep with you, which is what we're here to do, is bring you closer to that deep resonance, that deep vibration, that rhythm that beats through your heart so that you can step forward and live in the most audacious, authentic essence of who you are, because that's where we thrive. I spend a lot of time trying to beat to somebody else's drum, and that just didn't work out. I would miss a step, I was off rhythm, and as it should be, because that wasn't my rhythm, that wasn't my frequency, that wasn't my resonance. It wasn't until literally my heart, and again, we'll go into this whole nother episode because this is like a lot. My heart, the rhythm, the heartbeat of my existence needed to be reset. And so everything that I do now is in true alignment. It's intentional. It is the truth that I speak. It is who I am. It is in the fabric of my DNA. And I want to help you find that within yourself. I'm not here to gatekeep anything. I want you in on all the secret sauce, the laws of the universe, how to engage in spiritual practices. And this is for somebody who's new to the woo woo world or spirituality. And this is for those people who've been in practice for years. So if you find yourself anywhere on that spectrum of dabbling into the woo woo or being a healer yourself or deeply connected to the divine, this podcast is for you. I'm so excited to be back. And I can't wait to share my first deep dive session with you guys on the next episode. I love you. When I rise, you are rising. Let's go, baby.